Hey, YouTube, what is going on, everybody? How are you doing, child? Come and see what's happening with your girl. I just want to tell you what's been going on lately. I just want to wait for a couple of people to come in so I can talk to you about what's been going on. I know I've been away for a while. Let's see, what kind of music do I want to hear? Let's chill and let's settle down. That's what I want to hear. So yeah, y'all. Hey, what's going on with you? Who we got in the room? Tanisha, Darren. Ooh, Darren, I got some shit to tell you, Darren. I got some shit to tell you. Damn. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, of course you can be a mod. Of course you can be a mod. Yeah. All right. So this is what I want to share with you guys. I'm in school now, and I'm in school to be a career advisor. Hey, Shay Speaks. How's your podcast going? Darren, remember when you said that? Damn, she can't hear everything. Let's see. Hold on. Let me put some. What y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear some jazz, some hip hop? Um, hmm. Yes. Ba, 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 ba. What is that song? Do you mind if I touch, if I kiss, if I hold? Who sings that? Is that Earth, Wind, and Fire? Would you mind? Yeah. Is that Earth, Wind, and Fire? It's not Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, here we go. All right. I'm not going to be on here too long. I just wanted to share something with you guys that, hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Tanisha, I love this whole idea. Oh, thank you so much, Pisces Pop. You know what? I'm going to tell you what's up. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. In my school, I'm learning that people choose their career based off of their interest, right? Not just that, though, but people also choose their career based off of, did you know that you choose your career? A lot of it has to do with your mama. What your mama think about it. Ain't that some shit? What society thinks about it. But most importantly, we choose our career based off of our values. One of the things that I really have valued was my relationship with God, because I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but I really love God. And I always wanted to do something that I felt was me using my gifts, because God has given everybody gifts, but I just never could find out how to do that. And people would say, oh, thank you for using your gift. But there's so many other people here on YouTube that's so much better, as a reader. But when it comes to career, I definitely give people in my community a run for their money as far as how good I am. But anyway, I just want to say I've learned a lot of things. But the one thing that I wanted to share with you is there was this theorist named Dr. Donald Super. And what he says is, like, a lot of times people plan out their careers, but they don't think about their life roles. ROLES. Like, yes, I want to be a hip hop artist. Yes, I want to be whatever. I want to be rich and famous and do my thing. But he says you also need to consider what other roles you want to play. Like, do you want to be married? Right? And if you want to be married, how many hours out of the week do you want to give to your husband? If you got this big fancy like Judy, Debrat and Judy, her daughter was in tears. And her daughter was like, Mom, I'm really proud of what you've accomplished, but you were never there, And Judy was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't know. And that's why Dr. Super is like, well, you need to know, right? Some of you, how many of you are parents, right? I'm just sharing what moved me the most. There's a lot of stuff in the class, but this is what touched me, and I'm just sharing it with you, right? And so, like some of you want to be parents. Darren is in here. Capricorns, they really care about their kids. You got Pisces in here. Leos, they really care about their kids. And so the career advisor is like, before you start creating this career, think about who is important to you. Like, I remember I got to spend the last 2 years of my dad's life with him, and I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that back for no amount of money. Before he died, I got a chance to be with him, and I just kind of feel like in this society, they're just like, who got the dollar, who got the dollar, who got the dollar. And meanwhile, your kid don't have a mom, and the kid, don't have a dad. And meanwhile, your grandparents are aging, and you don't get to spend quality time, with the people who really matter to you. And so I think the most important part that I'm learning in this career advising is, well, before we start talking about, how big you want your channel or how much money you want to make, let's talk about who's important to you and how much time you want to give to that role in your life. Now, based off of those answers, let's design a career that basically is molded around your values, because to me, relationships, especially as a Libra, are more important than any of that. When my dad died and I got enough money to not have to work for 4 years, it was empty. I would rather have him back. I would rather have him back any day than to have that money. I'm not saying money is not important. The Capricorns are in here like, I'm just telling you how I feel. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah. Really, Lisa Lee? So that's basically all I really wanted to say. I mean, we can talk about other stuff, but what I'm learning in the class is there's skills that you need called helping skills. And these helping skills is when you really listen to what somebody says and you nod and you pay attention. Then we have an intake. And in the intake, I find out, what your career goals are. A lot of people know what they want. They just have a hard time with getting from A to B because it's scary and they feel alone. And then what I just said, what about mom? What about your kids? What about cousin? You know what I'm saying? What about your homegirls? I'm over here trying to do this, but my relationships are failing. And that's why, career counseling or career coaching helps people to get some structure in their life as they move from A to B. But I am not perfect at any means, honey. I done curse people out. This one girl, she just got on my damn nerves. I was like, look, since you know everything, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do it your way. This girl, anyway. So anyway, I just was sitting up here thinking about how important self-esteem is to me and how much I love the community of recovery. I love talking. I love talking about. I don't know if some of you have been watching me back in the day when I used to sit around and we would just talk about self-esteem stuff, and I had little groups and when I was at my peak at YouTube, all I did was YouTube. I didn't have any balance in my life. It was very empty. Yes, I was pulling in 10 to 29,000 a month at one time, for real, for real, for real, for real. And it was so empty. It was so empty. It wasn't coming from YouTube as much as it was coming from the sales or the videos or the extensions, right? But check that out. Check this out. I found out from the Holland code. Does anybody know what a Holland's code is? Does anybody know what their Holland code is? Anybody? Do you know what your code is? Because they use that in every governmental agency. Oh, you do, Chateau? Oh, the Monique meme. See, and that's another thing, Shay. Like, see, that's important, right? And now at my age, doing career counseling, I care about people. See, I care about what really matters, spending time with your child. You know, I had a mom who was just not really available. She wasn't there. You know, people, kids, they need for you to look at them and interact and smile. At least that's what I needed. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but that's what I needed, you know. So I'm happy that you're doing that. But yeah, like she said, PM Melody's work, I love this work. And when I'm not in it, I feel empty. And so one of the things that they had us do in the class was to act like we had a client, and we asked the client, tell me all the important things that you really want to do in your life. You know, Pia Melody's work. Maybe I want to get sober. You know, some of the dreams that you have of really helping people that might not be resolved. Most of the things that you want to do is not going to be done underneath work. You might have to go out into the community to do some things like, Tiana, she loves music, but it just doesn't make any sense to try and get a job in the music industry when she can get a job making, such and such amount of money as an engineer. But what she does do for her love of music is she sings in a choir, right? So there might be some roles that you can fulfill in the community that you may not be able to fulfill at your job. So what do you guys do and how do you feel about your jobs? How are you guys feeling about your jobs? I love that, Shay. What do you guys do? You want to listen to some old school R&B? Oh, I've been listening to Tina Marie. And I can feel this for sure. What do y'all do? Hello? It's not moving. Is it working? Oh, Darren. You know what I would encourage you to do, Darren? I would really. Well, you know what? One of the things that you need to do, Shay, is to write that down, right? Write down what you really would like to do. This song is so beautiful. I can't listen to it too much. All right, let's do that. Let's do that, you guys. Shay, let's do it. Come on, let's write down what we want. Really? Darren, what do you want to do? All right, come on, y'all. Who's gonna work with me? Listen, what I'm getting ready to do with you right now costs a lot of money. You got somebody who's willing to be with you. You say, I ain't feeling that shit. I ain't doing shit. Come on, don't do me like that. need you. Baby. You need more education? You know what I really think? I think step one is to get an assessment. Okay, Darren. So now you know what you want, right? Now the thing is to create a plan on how to get there, right? But I really do believe that it starts with taking an assessment. The most famous assessment test is called Holland, Holland. I really feel a little pissed off that this was not available in the Black community where I was raised. I didn't know nothing about taking a career assessment. Yeah, you're welcome, Darren. I didn't know nothing about a career assessment. I just thought, you just do what your daddy did. You do what your mama did, right? But there are actual tests that have been scientifically proven. They're called formal tests. So there's two types of tests. There's two types of assessments. There's informal and there's formal tests. Formal tests have been clinically proven, scientifically proven to be very effective. It's so effective. Holland's theory, Holland, is so effective that the United States Labor Department, that's right, the United States Department of Labor uses Holland's theory to help you get a job. This Holland was a business psychologist or some kind of doctor that was around for a long time ago. And basically his theory says there's 6 types of personalities. And whatever your personality is, more than likely you will seek an environment that matches that personality. So I'm going to tell you the 6 personalities, and it's as rice. There's artistic, right? Usually artistic people, they don't like structure. They want to do their own thing. They don't want no routine, right? Then you have social. People who have social personalities, or that's the kind of work they want to do, they want to teach and inform and train, right? These people get a kick out of helping people. The next is realistic people. These are people who like to work with their hands, construction workers. They like to, plumbers, factory workers, people who can actually, these people like to see tangible results at the end of the day. Like I put 15 Coke bottles together, right? Then after the research, there's investigative. These are people who are very curious about shit. Like, I wonder why there's a big old bag over there that and it looks like there's a body in there. Those are the people that find bodies and shit because they're just curious. The investigative personalities, they seek out occupations in which there's scientific data, medical data. They like to learn. They like biology. They get a kick out of doing something new. So next you have conventional. These are the people who like to organize. What makes them happy is shit running smoothly. They like to get your books together. They like to see the whole program run smoothly together. They like to, they're the record keepers. They like to file things. They're like the librarians. And the last are the enterprisers. These are people who like to persuade. These are people who want to sell you a product because they want to inform and persuade. So according to the business psychologist, you fit under one of those categories, right? When you find out which category you fit under, you can go to the U.S. Department of Labor and take something called go under ONET and find out what jobs match your code. So your code, you got 3 letters. For instance, I'm an enterprising, artistic, and social. Enterprising, I want to sell something, right? I sold videos, right? Artistic, I don't want to have a routine. Artistic people are in broadcast media, journalism, dancers, singers, they're artists, right? But see, artists and enterprising don't go together. That's called moderately inconsistent. You want on that hexagon, you want your 2 letters to go together. But see, that's why I had such a struggle with finding work because I was enterprising and artistic, and usually those two don't go together. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't know why. But the last thing I was on the test was social, which means I want to teach and inform, right? And so that's what I did with the tarot cards. It allowed me to do that. Hi, Stacy. The assessment can, well, one of the things you can do is go through me, and I have access to a test that is, I honestly, I don't want to lie. I don't know how much it costs, but from my understanding, it's in the thousands. But because I'm in this class now and I'm becoming certified to be an advisor, I can actually walk you through this process. You take the test. Now, the thing about it is, I need to tell you this, the test is like 66 questions, and it's broken down into 5 answers: strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree or dislike, and strongly dislike. And it's like little questions like, I would love to find out why there's waves in the oceans. What? Fuck no. Disagree strongly. Shit, the fuck kind of dumb shit is this? Right? And then, like, the next question might be something like, I like helping kids learn. And then you select agree, disagree. So that's part 1. Those are your interests. According to the theorists, the more you choose occupations that line up with your interests, then the happier you'll be in the long run. The second test is your confident test. It's a test that you take to see what you feel like you can do. For instance, they said, I did not like that test, to be honest, because I couldn't do most of the shit on the test. It's another 66 questions, and it's about what you feel confident that you can do. Like, they'll say something like, the kitchen cabinet broke. What is my level? I can fix the kitchen cabinet that broke. Strongly agree, disagree, agree, neutral. But then because you X all this shit out, you finally come to a focal point of your interest and then a focal point of your confidence. Like, one of the questions was, I can help somebody with their goals. I was like, fuck yeah, backwards and blindfolded, right? But then it was like, shit, like I could put together a bike. So the last thing is your values, right? I just feel so touched by Cooter's work. I'm part of Cooter Journey, you guys. I'm a Cooter girl. That's KUDER Journey. Look it up. So I don't know where other people are getting their certifications, but mine came from a doctor who is the father of assessments. So anyway, getting back to the test. So the very last test you take are your values, your work values. There's questions, again, there are like 20 questions for this test. The whole test takes like 20 minutes. And the work values are, I care more about getting along with my coworkers than how good I am at my job. True, not true, agree, don't agree. Um, I need to work at a job that other people deem as prestigious. True, not true, da 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 da. I need to work at a job that gives me a lot of free time. So basically, that assessment is trying to extrapolate your values. So once you're done, you get a code. You get a letter for your interests as rice, artistic, social, realistic, investigative, conventional, or enterprising. And then you get another as rice for your confidence, those six. And then for your values, you just find out your top two values. Now, at the end, you'll get a code. Mine is E, enterprising, A, artistic, C, conventional. It was ES, social. Now, once you know your code, because Holland's theory is worldwide, you can go anywhere and type your code in and see the jobs that are available. I wish I could show you guys how to do this. Would you guys like to see what it looks like? So let's say you have your code, right? Then anybody know what ONET is? Holland ONET. All right, I want you guys to see this. All right, so here we go. Here's some of the things I told you about: social, artistic, investigative. This is from the government's website. I'm telling you, the Holland theory is the most popular theory. So this is ONET, which is the government's website in the United States. It says browse jobs by interest. So here's realistic, here's investigative, artistic. One of those down there is artistic, enterprising, and conventional. The US government has set it up to, once you know your codes, you can go to, Indeed has this too. It's everywhere. It's in 50 different languages and it's around the world. And it's never made it to the Black community that I was raised in, because I would have made different choices a long time ago if I knew, right? I would have made some very different choices in my life if I knew my codes. I gotta go, y'all. Bye-bye. I'll come back later, okay? Ooh. Okay. All right, you guys. So I will see you in the morning. Love you too, okay? Love you guys. See you in the morning. I'm logging off of YouTube. All right, God bless. All right. Hey.